All right, welcome. Think of this as your very first automation mission. We're going to get you up and running with one of the most powerful tools in IT today, Ansible. Let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? That sense of déjà vu as you're manually typing in commands, installing packages, editing config files, and just hoping you didn't forget a single step. It's slow, it's boring, and honestly, it's just begging for a mistake to happen. So this is exactly what our mission is about today. We are trading that slow, inconsistent, error-prone manual work for the speed, reliability, and repeatability of automation. With Ansible, we're going to start working smarter, not harder. And here's our game plan. We'll touch on why we're doing this, then get right into the action. Setting up our control center, building a safe practice environment, making that crucial first connection, and then finally, sending our very first remote command. Let's do this. So let's just be crystal clear about the problem we're solving here. Every single command you type by hand is a risk. It's a time sink. And trying to do that across 10, 50, or 100 servers, it's not just inefficient, it's completely unsustainable. Okay, pain acknowledged, we get it. So let's start building the solution. It's time to gear up and install our main tool, our automation command center, Ansible. Now, if there's one key concept you need to grasp, it's this: agentless. This is a huge deal. Unlike a lot of other tools out there, Ansible doesn't need any special software installed on the servers you're managing. It just talks to them using standard, secure tools like SSH. That makes getting started incredibly simple. And the requirements, they are refreshingly simple. You'll install Ansible on your main computer. We call that your control machine, which can be a Linux, Mac OS, or even a BSD machine. All you really need is a relatively new version of Python. And for our mission, we're going to use pip, which is Python's own package manager. Super clean, super simple.
And here it is, the one command to get us started. Just pop open your terminal, type this in exactly as you see it, and hit enter. And that's it. Seriously. Ansible is now installed and ready for duty on your control machine.
So, our control center is online, but we're not about to start experimenting on a live production server, right? No way! We need a safe place to practice, a place to test our new powers. It's time to build ourselves a virtual sandbox. And our tool for the job is called Vagrant. The absolute best way to think about Vagrant is as your own personal pop-up virtual lab. With just a couple of quick commands, you can spin up a complete virtual machine right on your laptop, mess around with it all you want, and then just tear it down without affecting your main computer at all. It's amazing. And creating this lab is just a simple 4-step process. First, we'll make a directory for our project and hop into it. Then, we initialize Vagrant, telling it we want a standard Ubuntu server. And finally, the magic command, Vagrant up. That's literally all it takes to build and boot our brand new test server. And, you're not limited to just one machine. As you can see here, Vagrant can manage a whole fleet of different test servers, different operating systems, different configurations, all from one spot. It is an absolutely essential tool for testing any kind of serious automation. Now, to prove our little lab is up and running, we just need to log in. Type Vagrant SSH, and boom, you are dropped right into the command line of your new virtual machine. Pretty cool, right? Just go ahead and type exit to come back out. Our sandbox is officially ready for action.
Okay, let's do a quick status check. Our Ansible control center is online. Our virtual sandbox is up and running. So now it's time for the moment of truth, making first contact.
So to make that contact, Ansible needs an address book. And in the Ansible world, we call this the inventory file. It's just a simple text file where you list out all the servers you want to manage, and you give Ansible the details it needs to connect to them, like their IP address and what user to log in as. So here's the exact content you'll need for our inventory file. First, we create a group called web servers. Then we give our machine a cool nickname, test server. And after that, we just give Ansible the crucial connection details that Vagrant uses, the specific IP and port, the Vagrant user, and most importantly, the path to the private key, so we can have a secure, passwordless connection. All right, it's time for a communications check. We're going to run the Ansible command. We're targeting our test server. We use -i to point to our inventory file and -m to tell it which module to use. In this case, ping. But wait, this is not your normal network ping. This is Ansible's special test. It's a handshake to confirm it can actually log in and run something. So, this is it, the big moment. Will it connect? And contact. Yes. Look at that beautiful success message. That ping pong you see? That's Ansible's way of saying, I'm in, comms are green, I am ready for orders. Mission accomplished. Our control center is officially linked to our target machine. The connection is established. So now for the really fun part. What can we actually do? Well, it's time to issue your very first remote command. We're going to start with a simple, safe command. Again, we're targeting our test server, but this time notice the -A flag. You can think of -A as meaning argument. Since just running a simple command is the default action for Ansible, we just pass the uptime command as an argument. And just like that, we get the output directly from our virtual machine, printed right here in our own terminal. We didn't have to SSH in or anything. We just issued the command through Ansible. We now officially have remote control.
Okay, but what about tasks that need admin privileges? Things you'd normally use sudo for. Well, that's where the -B flag comes in. It stands for become, as in become the root user. By adding that little -B, we're telling Ansible to use its sudo powers to run the command, letting us peek into protected files like the system log.
So think about what you just did. You installed Ansible, you built a server, you connected to it, and you executed remote commands. You have truly mastered the fundamental building blocks. But now, think bigger. What if you could take 1,000 commands, arrange them in perfect order, and run them across an entire fleet of 100 servers, all with a single press of a button? Well, my friend, that is the power of Ansible playbooks, and that is your next mission.